He voluntarily went to a prison where death could come at any moment, determined to break through the psychological defenses of a psychopathic killer. This prison reeked of strangeness everywhere. Ordinary prisons have established survival rules, but here there were no patterns whatsoever. People around you might attack without any purpose or warning. The psychological doctor, who served as his contact, warned him that every prisoner who entered this place would eventually be driven insane by the torment. The previous occupant of Jimmy's cell had ended his own life, unable to bear the enormous pressure. To save his life at a critical moment, the doctor gave him a string of emergency codes. Since all the prisoners here suffered from mental illness, Jimmy also had to take medication on schedule. When he tried to communicate with the psychopathic killer Larry completely ignored him. Desperate to complete his mission and leave this place quickly, he attempted to strike up a conversation with Larry again during mealtime, but still received no response. Then one day, Jimmy's seriously ill father came to visit him, bringing with it enormous disaster. His father used his police officer status to try to get Jimmy special care from the guards, but this exposed his undercover identity. According to Jimmy's cover story, he had no relatives. This would bring Jimmy tremendous trouble. His father realized he had ruined his son's life, but it was too late for regrets. Jimmy could only risk continuing his mission. The guard who learned his identity promised to keep his secret and even helped him get close to the gang boss for protection. Due to their shared Italian heritage, Jimmy quickly gained the man's favor. However, any betrayal would cost him his life. Little did he know, this was all part of the guard's trap. To approach Larry again, he followed him to the television room. It was obvious that Larry enjoyed this crime show. Just as Jimmy was considering how to start a conversation, a prisoner suddenly burst in, switched the channel, spat at Larry, and insulted him. Seeing the man's fierce glare, Larry was too frightened to speak. Jimmy knew his opportunity had finally come. He immediately switched the program back. When the prisoner threatened him to change it back, Jimmy knocked him down with one punch, then beat him until his own mother wouldn't recognize him, until the guards pulled him away and threw him into solitary confinement. Jimmy returned to normal afterward. He knew it was all worth it. When he was released, Larry actually initiated a greeting and thanked him for standing up for him. This marked the beginning of their deeper relationship. But before they could exchange more than a few words, the guard called him aside to his cell and directly demanded a $100,000 bribe. He now knew Jimmy's undercover identity, and if he revealed it to the gang boss, the consequences would be devastating. Jimmy had no choice but to agree. However, when he asked his father to bring the money, he learned that the funds had been spent on his father's medical treatment. The flour he had secretly stashed had also been stolen by his brother. Jimmy's only hope now lay in the 1 kilogram of flour hidden in the old house. He asked his father to retrieve it and convert it to cash to silence the guard. At this point, he finally became friends with Larry, and their conversations grew increasingly disturbing.